Hi everyone, it's Claire back again. So for today's video I'm going to do a Barry M destash. So I'm going through brands and then I'll probably do some colour comparisons as we go through. So for the brand destash videos I've got 5 things, just so you know what my thought process is when I'm doing this. There are 5 things that I'm bearing in mind as I'm going through them. So have I worn it recently? Is it something that I will reach for? Is it a good formula? Do I have a dupe for it? And finally, will it suit me? Will it kind of, does it look okay on me? Some polishes I really like lots of pinky tone lilacs. I love that shade, but it just looks horrible on my skin tone. It's not, that's why it's bottom of the list. It's something that I don't usually consider as much as something like formula, for example, but it depends on what if you're destashing, it really depends on what your priorities are. But I would definitely say, think about, have you worn it recently, and would you reach for it tomorrow if you needed to wear it, if you needed a polish to wear tomorrow. So that's my thinking on it. So let's make a start. I'm just going to go through them all on that basis. So these two here, I can tell you straight away. There's the other one here. I can tell you that the 2 molten metals that I picked up recently will be staying, and I really, really recommend these polishes if you're in the UK. Superdrug are doing a 3 for 2 offer and they're just fantastic, brilliant holographics, just amazing. Well done Barry M. So I'm keeping these 2. I'm also definitely keeping the Crystal Glaze because this was a topper that was sent to me by Amanda, so I'm keeping this. Okay, yeah, I haven't worn this, I haven't reached for it recently. It's quite well worn, but this is Rockstar full coverage black glitter, and I'm destashing it. Now there may be some as I'm going through where I decide I want to put them in a maybe pile. Depends on how ruthless I'm feeling, but we'll see. This one isn't going anywhere. This is Cardamom. This is one of my well-worn, well-loved polishes. And yeah, it's a 1 coat green. I absolutely love this one. So this one is staying. Let's go from the back here. This one is staying. This is Green Beret. Now, it looks a little bit brighter and more turquoise in the camera. It's actually it's like a spearmint kind of shade, but it's very, very bright and I like it. I'm keeping this one. This is, what's this one? Barry M Kiwi. I've got a funny feeling that this is very similar to 4-leaf clover. I can't remember. I'm going to put this in the maybe pile. So that's one first maybe. Okay, this one I kept because it's a limited edition and it is actually Festival Fever and it's a really good formula, but I just don't reach for it. It's a pink, it's got a really pretty gold shimmer, but no, I'm going to destash this one. And this one is Fondant, and again I've not reached for this for a long time, and I think I've got lilac-y pinks. It's not ticking the boxes for me for that list of 5 things, so I'm destashing that. I'm going to keep this one because it's this is chili, which kind of goes, I think it goes in the cardamom. It's a bit like there was a kind of spices, so cardamom, chili, and I think they've been discontinued, and this is a beautiful burnt orange. It's a little bit deeper than plain koi and it's a great formula, so I'm keeping this one. But this one, Surfboard, it's one of the coconut infusions. In fact, let's have a look at I've got a few coconut infusions. Let's have a look at all of these at once. Now this I'm keeping because it's a very unusual purpley toned baby blue. It's really difficult to describe blue. I'm keeping this because it's already crept back into my collection. I think it's called, I can't remember. I'll see if Edit Clare can remember. And these 3 really quite neutral shades, which is probably why I've kept them. But I don't think this one suits me very well. And I haven't reached for it for a while, so I'm going to destash that one. And this one I'm going to keep because it's a very kind of neutral pink. I do like that shade. But this one I'm going to put in the maybe pile. This is Skinny Dip because I've got a funny feeling that this is very similar to My Vampire is Buff. So I'll need to do a comparison with that. This one is Almond, and I think this one was sent to me by Nika, and I do actually really like it as a neutral nude, so I'm keeping that one. I'm also keeping Elderberry. This is a really, really pretty dusty grey toned blue, so for now I'm keeping that. And this one is Passion Fruit. And I think I'm going to destash it, and I don't know why it didn't get destashed in the watermelon bread destash, because it's very similar to a couple of other reds that I've got, so I don't think I need that many reds, and it is a great formula. So, but yeah, I'm going to destash that one. I'm going to keep Damson because it's the UK version of Pacific Blue, so just for comparison purposes that's always useful. This is an unusual shade for me. It's actually, this would have been a really good St. Patrick's blue. It's a kind of dusky, greyed out navy blue, and this is Blackberry, and I really like this one, so I'm keeping that. I'm also keeping this one is Olive, and I picked this up in a Pound World last year sometime, and I actually picked up a couple of them. I sent one to Amanda, the nail polish hound. It's a beautiful, beautiful, like a kind of very, very light khaki green. Love this one. And this one is an aquarium. This is Pacific, and I've actually destashed quite a few of these aquariums, and I've kept this one. I'm not quite sure why, but I'm going to keep it again. Okay. I am going to destash Catwalk Queen. This is a full coverage kind of sea green, teal kind of shade. I think Half would really like this one. It's great, but it's just not something that I reach for, and I've just not worn it. I think I've maybe worn it a couple of times, so I'm destashing this one. This one I've had for quite a while. This is Vintage Violet, and it's a great shade. It's a little bit darker on the nail than it is here in the bottle. It's very, very similar to Mauve, which was sent to me by Amanda. Thanks, Amanda. I really love this shade, and actually when this gets on the nail, when I said it's darker on the nail, it's kind of like this shade. So they're too close to each other, so I'm keeping Mauve, and I'm going to destash the Barry M. And then we've got final three here. Well, this is the infamous Sugar Apple that I cannot find a dupe for, so I'm definitely keeping this one. And this is Moon Dust. Why have I even got this? I'm not sure. I can't remember, and I can't remember ever wearing it, so I'm just going to immediately destash this one. And this one here is a raspberry pink, raspberry red, and I'm tempted to keep it just because it's an unusual shade for me, but I just don't wear it, so I'm going to destash it. Oh, right, okay, so to recap, I've got two maybes that I need to do some comparisons with. So here are the ones that I'm keeping with a couple of maybes, but that's 15, I think they're 3, 6, 9, 12, 15. And these are the ones that I'm destashing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So I'm keeping 15 and destashing 9. That's really good. I feel as though that's quite ruthless. I am in a ruthless mood today. Right, just looking at these now, no, I don't think there's anything that jumps out at me as wanting to keep it. This one does, but I know I've got something similar. Should I put this in the maybe pile? No, I'm just going to go with it and destash. So these will all be going in the shop today. Some of them are quite well worn. I don't know. I might put put them in batches of like 3 for £2. I'll see how I feel. Okay, thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you all in the next video. Bye.